Are you stressed about your newborn sleep? Are you driving yourself crazy trying to figure out if they're overtired or not tired enough? Are you worried you'll never sleep again? The first few months with a newborn can be tough when it comes to sleep. Night wakings are common in newborns, but there are definitely strategies you can implement to help teach them to sleep for longer stretches so both you and they can get better sleep. This video will cover my top 5 newborn sleep tips, no sleep training included. I am Dr. Mona, a pediatrician and mom of 2, and I help empower parents with easy to understand, evidence-based information so you can make the best choices for your children. Make sure to like this video and subscribe here to PedsDocTalk TV to stay up to date on the latest videos and new content. So we're talking about my 5 tips to help guide you through those first 12 weeks of newborn sleep. Looking for more? Make sure to grab my first-year course, the New Mom Survival Guide, which includes topics on newborn and infant sleep, including a week-by-week guide to the first 12 weeks, introducing solids, fussy babies, developmental milestones, and so much more. Now let's dive into tip number 1. Once your baby meets their birth weight, let your baby sleep at night. By 2 weeks of age, your baby should have met or passed their birth weight. Once this happens, you should be clear to allow them to leave the show at nighttime for feedings. Before this, you will likely have to wake them up every 3 hours to feed them morning and night to assure they are fed, and this is because they may need the guidance. Once they meet their birth weight, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., feed them only if they wake up hungry. Some exceptions may include premature babies or babies where feeding isn't well established and your clinician wants to monitor calorie intake. So make sure you clear this with your child's clinician. I want you to ask them at the 2-week visit, hey, do I still need to wake my baby up to feed at night? And follow their guidance. But we all agree that if a baby is gaining well, we can let them lead the show at nighttime. If you're breastfeeding and your baby is sleeping at night and you are engorged, you can decide to wake your baby up and feed. But my suggestion is to pump or hand express as to respect the baby's natural rhythm they are trying to create. Many breastfed babies don't sleep long stretches not because the milk isn't filling enough, but because parents may wake the baby up to feed, interrupting their natural sleep cycle. Tip number 2, pause. Newborns make a lot of noise when they sleep. They can grunt or sound like a truck coming through. It's important to let them sleep and pause before you respond. Pausing is the ultimate way of extending sleep stretches without formal sleep training. When practicing pausing, you are waiting anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes when your baby is making sounds or crying in their sleep before you calmly respond to your baby's needs. Babies are very noisy sleepers and they make a lot of sounds or even short shrieks as they move through sleep cycles. So by pausing, you are respecting this before you intervene. Oftentimes, parents may take this as they're awake and get them up, disrupting the baby's ability to go back down and actually sleep and connect sleep cycles. So pause. Pausing also allows you to learn what their cries mean. The more you pause, the more you will learn if they will settle, if they need you, or if they're hungry. For more info on pausing, including how to implement this by age and to get baby to sleep in an independent sleep space, check out the New Mom Survival Guide. Tip 3, understand their sleepy cues. In the first 8 weeks of life, sleepy cues are very helpful. Most babies will give cues that they are starting to get tired and cues when they are overtired. The goal is to notice the early signs of sleepiness and get them rocked down, comforted, and into their sleep environment before they're overtired. The more you do this, the more you can reinforce what they're supposed to do when they feel tired. Babies after 2 or 3 weeks of age may need this reminder. I know, right? Why won't they just go to sleep if they're tired? Because they're babies and they need help to reinforce what they need to do and where they need to sleep. Understanding their sleepy cues can also help them learn to sleep in a bassinet. When you see those early sleep cues, it's time to get them rocked down and cozy for sleep. Early signs of sleepiness, or that, hey, I think I'm getting sleepy phase, include red eyebrows, blank stares, and looking away into space. Signs that they need to sleep soon. Hey, I need to sleep. Include yawning, rubbing their eyes, and starting to get fussy. Signs that your baby is saying, hey, I'm overtired, help me out, are arching their back, making fists, hysterical crying, and it's not hunger. Make sure to grab my free downloadable PDF, Hunger and Sleepy Cues, to learn more about your baby, and the New Mom Survival Guide for an entire section on newborn sleep. Tip number 4, keep nighttime for low-key and low-light activities. Newborns tend to have day-night confusion. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, is key to the body's sleep-wake cycle. Its production increases in the evening with darkness, promoting sleep and orienting the body's circadian rhythm. And babies lack melatonin initially. This rhythm is created by 3 months, but we can help our babies establish this. Remember that your under 6-week-old may have a lot of day and night confusion, but utilize some tips to come to help them establish their rhythm. Between 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., keep activities very low-key. This means no playtime, big expressions, and/or singing songs unless to rock them to sleep. Use low light for overnight diaper changes and feedings. Overnight feedings are simply for feeding, comfort if needed, and back to sleep. Wake time during the day is when we do more active things. During the day, get outside if you can into the sunlight, especially in the mornings, to allow them to experience sun, with some shade, of course, to avoid sunburns. This allows them to establish their natural night and wake cycle, which helps with melatonin production. By establishing this early, you will teach them that daytime is for fun and eating, and night is for sleep. For even more tips on how to help your baby adjust their rhythm, including a week-by-week game plan in that first 12 weeks, check out the New Mom Survival Guide. And tip number 5, use wake windows, especially after 4 weeks. Wake windows are the time frame from when your baby wakes up to when it's time to put them down for their next sleep. If you ask our parents' generation, they will stare at you confused if you ask them about wake windows. It really is a modern parenting understanding, but it does make a lot of sense and can help if you're dealing with an overtired baby. You can also use sleepy cues, but sometimes you can miss them or get distracted. So wake windows can help assure you are closely monitoring. For the first 4 weeks, follow your baby's sleepy cues. Wake windows during the first 4 weeks range from 30 to 60 minutes, which means if your 3-week-old woke up at 2 p.m., they should be down for a nap by 3 p.m. at the latest. But we have a lot going on postpartum, so really do focus on cues without the fancy wake window calculation if it's too much. If you're dealing with a baby who's overtired, crying and is not hungry and has been up for over an hour at this age, you may need to take a closer look at wake windows to troubleshoot and get them settled for sleep. For the first 2 weeks, babies can sleep anywhere, but around 2 weeks of age, we can see them become more aware of their surroundings and harder to settle, so wake windows can help. From 4 weeks to 12 weeks, sleepy cues can be easier to miss and lead to tougher evenings with an overtired baby who's harder to settle. A wake window can range from 60 to 90 minutes at this age. These can really help to establish a schedule and also avoid an overtired baby. Now remember, there is no evidence base for wake windows. This is all based on clinical experience and what we see in newborn, infant, and toddler sleep. So use it at your discretion. And if you want to go solely on sleepy cues, that's fine too. Have you tried any of these strategies? What other videos do you want on newborn and infant sleep or parenting, child development, or health in general? Make sure to comment below. Please leave questions you may have, and I would love to hear about your experiences. Remember to please like and share this video, and make sure to subscribe to be the first to know about new videos published. And if you'd like more info on baby's first year of life and how to guide them, make sure to check out the New Mom Survival Guide, an on-demand digital course with printables and video tutorials to take the guesswork and stress out of raising your new baby in that first year. I'll see you all next time for another video here on PedsDocTalk TV. Stay well and get some rest.